Finally, you've seen his face because he does FYP. And I tell you what, he's the biggest hypocrite and bullshitter going. Sympathy, it's one of these, it's not about money, but it is about money. But you're all going to find out very soon. 1 second, let me just make sure we get to it. So we're all up to date with that, Kirsty. Right, so let me get that ready. So that's where we're starting off, Hans. This is where we're starting off. I really want to get myself out of the picture for a second so you can see. There we go. Right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Tap up yeah, go for it, Bands. Just leave, if he comes in, he's allowed to stay in though. Tap up the screen for me. Repost. I just want to see the fucking screen fill up with repost and we shall go. Let's go, 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 go. Bit of my drink and a bit of my cig and we're off. Tap up the screen. That's the ones. You got it. Tap repost, you absolute legends. So now let's go to the beginning. Let's get there. Now, I will reiterate what I have videos for as I'm reading bits out and what I don't have videos for, okay? So I just want to reiterate that. Some of this stuff I've witnessed with my own eyes. Why I didn't hit record at the time, I don't know. But some of this stuff I've witnessed with my own eyes. Some of this stuff I have videos for. So, this is Chippy on the screen. So, Chippy kind of come around with Emzyy. Emzyy and Chippy were friends to start with. However, Emzyy started battling. Chippy took money from a PayPal to gift Emzyy, which Chippy has mentioned quite a few times on this app. And if you know him, you would have heard him mention that quite a few times. Emzyy and Chippy then fell out, and Chippy used to SLAG Emzyy off left, right, and centre. He's been known to call Emzyy all sorts of obscenities after Emzyy had threatened to call social services on Chippy regarding his parenting. And Emzyy said it wouldn't surprise me if Chippy was the in the relationship. So here are just the first 2 videos of Chippy just kind of explaining a bit of that. So let me just take this off. 1 second. Okay, let me take that off. So this is the first video.
Now, Emzyy, you're going to go live, aren't you? So, Chippy, you want to go and have it out with Emzyy? Go on to Emzyy and have it out together. Yeah, maybe you can sort it out.
No, you're not worth it. Not my family.
Emzyy, if you let me in. You're not worth it, Emzyy.
You're not worth it, Chippy. Bring out my mother.
Well, we both agree. We're not worth it. That's fine.
You're mentioning my son, 74 years old, and you're getting up 6. This is the hypocrisy on the set.
You affected my son yesterday, and you affected me yesterday.
No, I don't care.
You affected my son and me yesterday.
No, but that's the whole reason.
I'm sorry, Chippy.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So Chippy dropped there, right? Because Emzyy really affected him and his son yesterday. Because Emzyy said she was going to call the social services. This woman was like apologising left, right, and centre. Oh, I'm sorry, Chippy. I'm sorry, because Chippy was about to lose his nut.
Don't want this on.
60 years old, believe it or not.
Chippy.
Thanks, everyone.
And you don't believe
Chippy, you're welcome. You're welcome any other time, Chippy. Now,
right, so that was just him saying that Emzyy affected it, and this was a bit of it. I won't play all of this one, but the bit where he just makes out relevant on what he says. Let's just watch.
And I'm sat here, and Emzyy, for example, has criticised me. She's threatened me with social services. She's had me in fucking tears once.
Right, Emzyy, the 50-year-old alky, has had Chippy, the 60-year-old bloke, in tears. Are we going to be serious? Are we actually going to be serious? I'm not saying a man doesn't have feelings, but are we being serious that Emzyy really made you cry, though?
Right? With all the fucking shit she reckoned she were going to fucking do and cause. And yet people were still in her fucking live, still interacting with, still watching her and still fucking picking her up. And I'm like, oh, she's a nice person maybe in real life. Fuck off!
Well, she is.
This is just, listen to a bit of Chippy's attitude. We'll play it for a minute in.
No, she's fucking not. She's a nasty vile piece of shit. And you're still backing her up after what she did to me. So what's the difference?
No, but hang on a minute.
No, what's the fucking difference?
So angry.
Lower your voice.
You've come in here 3 times over the last few days when I've come in a live box shouting.
Right, so I am going to stop that there for now, right? Because the point in the story where we're at is those 2 bits that you really needed to hear, okay? You will get to see that full video in motion a bit later on as we go on, right? So you will get to see all that. So let's not forget, as I just said, Chippy has claimed Emzyy has made him cry, and this is a 60-year-old grown man crying. Chippy, I know for a fact Chippy has always played the victim, whether it be, oh, I'm a single parent, he's never got anything, no money, no food or nothing. But anyway, Chippy now detests Emzyy and sits with anyone that runs Emzyy's name to the ground. But bear in mind, listen, I'm not going to say Emzyy is innocent in all this, because she is not, okay? But Chippy is now... If he didn't have Emzyy, he wouldn't have no content, let's be real. So when Emzyy did the risings, she was splitting the profit with Linz. And Linz found out Chippy was moaning and bitching and taking out the loan to gift Emzyy. Because remember, as I said up above, he took money out of PayPal to be able to gift Emzyy. So Linz offered him the money back and he said he didn't fucking want it, you dirty cunt. And he also thought Linz went to see Cal. And he even said at this point that he thought Linz was a dealer and driving Cal around to get his rugs. And then he then said, so the next video we actually come to is, anyone remember the Emzyy blackout shit that happened? It was that pathetic. I don't know if it was a blur in your memories, but anyone remember the blackout, the Emzyy blackout? Now, bear in mind, as I just said, if a lot of these people wouldn't have content if Emzyy wasn't here, they wouldn't have no content. Let's put that as a fact. A lot of these people would have no content if Emzyy was not on this platform, because Emzyy is their daily stream on this platform. So, anyway, he then says he was participating in the Emzyy blackout. He then goes and plays a video of Emzyy the next day on his FYP show, because he felt it was relevant. But if someone else had did that, Chippy, you'd have fucking gone off your head, wouldn't you? But let's have a little listen, because even a comment has said to him, hold on, I thought he was taking part in the blackout.
Jules.
Yeah, Trace, this is an exception because of the situation.
It's an exception.
So I was doing the blackout, but I'm sorry, I've got to play where she's involved.
It's an exception. What? Oh, because it's you, yeah? But if it's anyone else, it's not, yeah? But because it's you, it's an exception.
Jules.
Yeah, Trace, this is an exception because of the situation. So I was doing the blackout, but I'm sorry, I've got to play where she's involved because it's relevant. It is relevant.
No, because you know Emzyy gives you views, and without it, you'd be out of it.
So, if Honeybee is just Jules, right?
Right, so that was that, just to prove. Just again.
Yeah, Trace, this is an exception because of the situation.
Right, there you go. That's because that was the 25th of whenever it was, 2 months ago, yeah? So that was the 25th. So that was him on the blackout and the stance like that. Like, it just goes... I'm just pointing out little bits where he's been a total fucking hypocrite. This is all this is. Hello, Outbacker, you're right. So, yeah, so... As you just in the video, so obviously, I don't know if a lot of you will remember Hannah. So Hannah was around through the Charlie saga and all that. She was very good friends with Charlie. She was Charlie's mods, and when I say Charlie Fairy, you know exactly what I'm about. Oh, the jobs. So he then started on Anna when she jumped in Wayne's, or maybe someone else's live, but they were talking. Chippy then went off on one. Calling her all the cunts, bitches, bastards, anything you can think of, really. All this was after Hannah wouldn't get in the box to explain herself about the situation. Hannah was also apologising to Zia as well for what she had said about her. Hannah then started dedicating a page to Chippy. So when Chippy fell out with Nancy Chops Charlie, they then went at Hannah again after that. Well, rightly so, if Hannah had made a page saying how he didn't trust her, she's a snake, pisshead, a cokehead, etc., and which Hannah did end up admitting in the box one night, may I just add. More recently, he's now made up with her after saying the most, and I mean the most, and this to me is just the biggest fake-ass bullshit ever. So if anyone just thinks I'm a liar, I'm not a liar, because Chippy and her have done nothing but laughed and giggle all week in the box. This is this week. This was this week. They've done nothing but laugh and joke and shit all together in the box. But now it's okay. But now it's totally all right, is it? It is, the PayPal is in the bio, and we do succumb to that. We do succumb to that, but that's just them in the box over the last few days, and they was also in the box probably about half an hour of me coming live. So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pages to read on this cunt because of all the small hypocrisies that he's done. And these are all just little bits that have stemmed, and I've seen it from day one. And a lot of people have asked me to shut up. Chippy was the person that asked me to shut up and stop going at him in the first place. But there was so much that I know. Just remember, there's a lot more I could show if I really wanted to. Chippy also then fell out with Karma Kaz when Karma Kaz was battling, but only really went in on Karma Kaz when Karma Kaz fell out with Emzyy and he demodded her. So then Chippy went on one to say about how could you do that to people you have known, supported, and that you like in that way. And all that because Karma Kaz got a bit of viewership. So shall we play a little bit of a video of what he says about Karma Kaz? This is like when he says about defending Karma Kaz. It's only a small snippet here. Transcript from YouTube and everything, Hans.
Not a thing. I actually defended him, and he still shit on me. And what sort of a person like that? I don't want a person like that in my life, thank you, even on an app.
Right, you don't want to be friends like that, but correct me if I'm wrong, but in the last, how many months? September, October, November, December, January. In the last 4 months, you've shit on about 20 people that I can count on. And it's about 15 of them being women, may I add.
It does happen when you do lose numbers and like you start to question things that are not really like real, you know what I mean? When the
so
main
just again,
reason
for those ears that didn't hear it.
Not a thing. I actually defended him, and he still shit on me. And what sort of a person like that? I don't want a person like that in my life.
Well, you shit on all your friends, didn't you? That's why most of them fucking blocked you and got rid of you. Now, like I said, I could drop a lot more if I wanted to, Chippy. This is just the beginning of the game. Let's just remember that, because I like to call it a game. You know, I'm that kind of guy. Remember, I'm a pretentious, stuck-up, selfish little bastard, according to you, wasn't it, Chippy? That was your words. So then, Chippy, so as I say, you have then gone on to do exactly the same thing, except you begged through getting by, whinging about being a single parent, saying you've never got no money for food, treats, even had to give up smoking, and you said only the other week you had to cancel your Sky Glass. However, you spend silly amounts on takeaways and butchers when you constantly confess to being skint and having no money, and you're then spending it on pathetic shit like fishing rods, you know, just like before Christmas when you were saving up all your gifts for your son's Xmas presents. Well, that never happened, did it? Because you bought fishing rods and stuff like that. And let's not forget also making cheap digs at your so-called friends to buy your son computer parts. However, this was on a condition to the son doing good at school, wasn't it, Chippy? And the son didn't do good at school, so therefore he didn't receive. Still didn't stop you for asking months later, though, did it, Chippy, if he could still have it, even though you knew the condition? And this is the exact same friend you even tried to humiliate online by saying they hadn't sent enough gifts this month to be in the top, like, subscribers or gifters of the month. And that's why you didn't mention their name. And then you made some snarky remark towards it, didn't you? And I know this friend has helped you out a fucking lot. I know they have. But, you know, you're going to keep playing on the victim. But if any of you have ever watched or seen Chippy, you'll hear him say this sort of shit a lot. So Chippy then started on Prince Brat and Cowboy overdressing as a dog. Now listen, I must say, I still find that fucking odd. I don't believe anyone should be dressing as a dog. Okay, let that one go. Prince Brat was then on live crying, which Chippy then full-blown took the piss out of. This is someone essentially young enough to be Chippy's son. But yet, how would you have liked it when Angie made you cry? How would you have liked that same treatment when Angie made you cry, you absolute tit? Like, what the fuck? Like, I was watching everything. Listen, as soon as you give me a hunch in my fucking bonnet, you best believe I'm watching absolutely everything. So, let's not forget, you also said the same amount about Linz. You also called her a cunt. She was a shit stirrer. But this is just a little snippet of, like, you saying about Linz, like, chawing her mum's meds.
Yeah, so do I.
For God's sakes.
Oh, shut up, Linz.
Don't you start with me, Corey, because I'm not in the mood.
Have you got any more moral form to take?
Well, I've got other more, not more.
I bet if Linz has got any drugs, then her mum hasn't.
Oh, what's horrible.
So there you go. So that's him obviously saying that. So we know he makes cheap drives. We know all well we didn't get on with Lindsay. He's had the most to say about Lindsay's had the most to say about Emzyy. He's had the most to say about the Alicias, the top girls, the Michelles, all of them. And I can't wait for the very last videos because these are the ones I'm going to have to strive for that really got me from someone that's bullshitting. And let's not just forget that you was actively also searching for Unstable Mabel at one point, and also Cockapoo, who you are now sitting in the box with. Let's not forget you was actively searching for both of them across socials, and now you're like, Cockapoo's going to push it out for me. You're fucking fake ass fuckers. So anyway, as I said, he is now clinging on to Cockapoo. There's obviously him and all of them in the boxes. Look, Cockapoo's going to push it out for him. And these lot even have to confirm time slots. Oh, can I go on yet? Get a fucking grip. Go online whenever you want, you mug. Do you know what I'm saying? And let's not forget, right? Another one to the saga. Chippy also cunted Pearl off for months after calling her a racist and saying that she was disgusting. She was going to be racist at any point, all day, all night. But, however... Didn't your son scream that when on a computer game when you was on a live, Chippy? Which you claim you dealt with and took his game. Yet you was back in the box in 30 seconds, and I think it's clear to see that that is learnt behaviour from home. However, I know there's a screen recording out there somewhere, and I know someone's got it, I just don't know who, but you're fucked as soon as I do. But I know this is learnt behaviour from home, as well as at school. Listen, I'm not saying you're totally to blame. School is partial to blame, but you are also to blame. This is learnt behaviour to the child, the way it frequently come out of his mouth. And I know people can back me up in comments that this fucking happened. I know it did. Well, a lot of us heard it. Chippy claims he dealt with it. But however, anyway. So, yeah, as I said, he is partially to blame for how his son is. Now, but personally, remember, as I said, you was calling Pearl all these names and God knows what for months and months on ends. And now you're literally licking Pearl's arse, aren't you? You've literally got your tongue right up Pearl's arse, haven't you? And this was you saying about Pearl being a racist, left, right, centre, and that you wasn't going to stop. And now look at you.
That's why she's never on the leaderboard or on the risings.
Yeah. Had her live thing banned, and Red is not continuing with the FYP until she's got 2,000 followers. She's referencing.
Oh, you're joking.
No.
Why does she need 2,000 followers? She only needs a few hundred to get her in a box.
She's got 800 now, but she's saying that she's not. Yeah.
The thing is, it might not have been people reporting Pearl's account. It might actually have been TikTok have had complaints. I know TikTok's had complaints about Pearl. It might actually be TikTok saying, we're not having this poisonous woman on here. Do you know what I mean?
That's about time. Because that was my name. I will say it every time. There are exceptions on here of people I would never ever forgive for anything that's come out of their mouths. And Pearl is one of them. She is toxic, she's vile, she's disgusting. She mocks disabilities, she mocks trans people. She's disgusting. Her behaviour is disgusting. The things that come out of her mouth are disgusting. She threatens people off the app. She threatens people with her family. So do you know what? That woman, until she's cancelled, I'm never going to stop talking about her. And I'll wind her up and I'll wind her up and I'll wind her up. And if she don't like it, tough titty, love. Tough titty.
Someone's just said Andy's getting the blame. Well, Andy really isn't to blame. They want to...
We'll always get the blame
I'm
for something. We'll always get the blame for something, guys. So fuck them.
You know what, Sam? She's saying she's an angel sent from heaven. Everybody follow her before she does it. Yeah,
who said she's an angel? Miss Red.
Tap up the screen for me, Hans, while you're in there.
Why? Because Miss Red is shit scared of Pearl.
Repost, you know the drill.
It's Charlie.
Intimidating.
Yeah. She's intimidated by her.
I'll let you listen while I whack this on charge. 1 second.
Easily controlled by bullies. Charlie.
Listen, I'm from the community. I know every bit of trick, every fucking scam you can put
Why
under
is she
the
scared of
fucking
her?
sun.
I don't understand that.
I won't give the fucking woman then. I won't even give her time of the day. I really wouldn't. Because you know why? Because it's people like that that put shame on our community.
Right, there you go. That was that video. You all heard that okay, yeah? You all heard that all right? So that was just a snippet of how things have changed now, eh? And you can't sit there, Chippy, and go, oh, it's all right for everyone else to go and sit with Pearl, but not me. Because the difference is, right, you slated Pearl down to the fucking ground is what you done. With a lot of other people, don't get me wrong. And this same stance stands for a lot of those other people as well. But do you know what? If you'd have all just shut your mouth and carried on with your lives, instead of having to wade in left, right and centre on the Pearl situation, then we know you as obviously, we now know you're begging for her attention. But isn't it funny how all that's now changed? Isn't it funny how you flipped that now? Because you're now sitting there with fucking Pearl and all that. Now, I love Pearl and I've always gotten on with Pearl. I didn't say fuck all when it come to anything that she said last year. I didn't say fuck all because it didn't affect me, okay? It didn't affect me and I wasn't going to wade in. I still like Pearl, always have. But this is my point, yeah, is that he sat there, you have literally just heard him say how he's going to constantly go for her and, you know, she's toxic, she go la-di-da-di-da. But now you're literally right up there. You couldn't get your tongue further up there if you tried. And let's not forget, you also stated that you was going to send all info to Alicia, didn't you, on Stalker Derby Dan, who stalked, as some of you probably know, as Whitney Dean from EastEnders. Now, he's also best friends with him too, yeah, Dan, the weirdo stalker. But is Chippy in the box with them just explaining, like, doing box battles and stuff? But this is a man that was up for stalking.
Right, so now start.
This is a man that don't beg and don't like begging.
Yeah, I think if you decide
This
to
man
win a
hates
box battle,
begging.
I wouldn't go walking out and go, oh my God, Chippy's in box battles. I'd be like, fair play to him. He's looked at it, everyone else is doing it, and he's just thought, fuck it, I'm a bit skinned. I struggle day to day, and I don't mean this negative towards you, but, you know, you're struggling to get work or whatever with your childcare and all that stuff. So, yeah, if you were in there, I'd be like, fair play, Chippy, you get some
The thing is, though, right, is people use it for their way of life, right? This is what I'm against. I'm not against battles, I'm not against box battles, I'm not against any of that. But if you go to work, you pay your taxes, you do a job, you post content.
It's all right,
every
Chippy's
day
pals are allowed to be
religiously.
here.
By all means, if you want to go on in the evening and do a couple of battles, go for it. But if you're going to sit here all day, every single day, screaming at your flipping followers, saying, get me up here, get me up there for nothing whatsoever, I think he's taking the piss out of people.
Right, remember, this is Chippy that went at people for begging, you know, the likes of Kamikaze can't stand begging, like, but this is the same man that's got his PayPal in his bio. The same man that says it's not all about money, but actually wanted to earn 25 quid a week, but now has turned that down to £10 a week. I mean, you even got a uni, didn't you, off Michelle? What was the first thing you done? You got in the box. I mean, I can't believe how much TikTok take of that. Listen, the first rule of TikTok, you don't talk about your gifts. People can see what you earn anyway. But your first rule is you don't moan about your gifts. If it's one coin, if it's the biggest fucking gift on here, you be grateful for it. You'd be happy that someone's even fucking mined throughout of lives, boxes and God knows what for the day to send you those few coins. It makes a big fucking difference. See, every penny counts, right? So don't be whinging like in people's boxes, like when Michelle sent you that and go, oh, I only got 100 quid for that. I mean, how ungrateful does that make you fucking look? How ungrateful. Because I know if someone had done that to me and I slung them a uni, I'd be like, no way would I ever fucking send you anything again. So I'd be like, how embarrassing is that? Like, what? Are you okay? So, obviously, as you just seen him there saying about the box battles is coming from a man. And this is another person he sits around with, Torian, who Chippy accused of being transphobic because Torian did say EQ couldn't birth. And obviously, later on, Chippy then said it wasn't homophobic. And he's been acting like Torian's best pal. However, he's another one that said the most about Torian. But you're just lucky I didn't have the videos on that occasion. You are very lucky. And I've also seen Chippy. He's had moans and kick off at Crayons for mixing with people. Then Cal came on a new account, which Crayons let him up. Chippy went fucking doolally. He went divvy. But look how he is now, mixing with all these people that half of these people are also have problems with. You know, sitting with the people his so-called friends don't like, and now he claims that Crowns has always had his back and loves her. Like, your arguments are very fucking petty, Chippy. They're that of a fucking 10-year-old boy. It's pathetic, is what it is. It's really pathetic. And you're lucky I don't have screen recorders, but you know for a fact, Chippy, it did happen. It did happen. Whether you like it or not, and whether you're fine now, that's cool. But that did happen, you know? And let's not forget, you was also calling Pineapple, calling her a cunt, and Charlie Fairies. Now listen, I don't disagree with you on that, actually, because you're right on Pineapple. She's a scamming fuck. But yet again, it was a lot of obscenities for a long time for me to even list, because we'd be here all night. But listen, I understand the stance on Pineapple. She chawed off Ronald McDonald House charities, all right? But you also claimed Charlie wasn't nice to Angie, etc. But neither was you, though, was you, Chippy? And is a clip of you actually saying that?
Of Charlie allowing it. And you know, he might, I don't know if he's... Did he say anything?
The longest one.
I don't know if he did he say anything himself, Chippy, about me, or was it just him allowing it?
I didn't watch it, but everybody was reporting that he was just letting everybody rip the hell out of you.
He was taking a piss out of you.
So you were running with gossip because you didn't see it?
Before this live gets shut down.
So you didn't see it? You didn't see it, you was running off reports, so it was gossip.
And again, quick, can I just ask you, Angie, do you have a quote for my news report for tonight on Charlie, please?
Can I say that again, sorry?
Can I have a quote from you for my news report on Charlie today, please?
Snake.
Snake.
One quote, what's a quote? I don't know.
It's just for my news report, so
Like,
when I report
he
about
said the
this,
most
I
about
can,
Angie.
give
The
you a quote.
most.
Okay, well, I'll have to think of something. I don't
most.
know, because
I love
I just
Charlie.
literally just got up and I've just been getting messages left, right and centre about what Charlie is doing. And there's me saying, well, you know...
You know what, Angie? He's had a life full of haters that hate everybody and anything. He's allowed you to be slagged off to hell. He's tried to play the I don't know who Queen is. I didn't know she was PLM, so I'm going to unmod her in front of everybody. He's using everybody, as usual. He's a toxic little rancid, predatory sort of type
Tap
of guy.
up the screen and repost me, Hans.
And he may not have said anything bad about you, but he's allowed it to happen.
I know, I've been watching.
It's the same thing he went at. It's the same thing he went at Emzyy for.
Oh yeah,
for jumping in
justice for
because
Hayley Comet. Justice for Hayley Comet. Yes. I stand with Hayley.
At the end of the day, listen, I did a live about Hayley Comet. It's my opinion, just like you, Chippy. Everyone else has their own opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You can, no problem, fire up a live.
Do I have
and
to
say,
play all
listen, I don't
this,
agree with
Chloe?
what Angie has said. But what Charlie has done is allowed people, because they have a dislike for me, rip me apart. You know, why can't I have my own opinion? Can I not have a different opinion to other people? Okay.
You know what, and do you know what? For him, it's purely numbers, subscriptions.
Right, so you pretty much heard in there trying to dob Charlie Fair up, going, yeah, he had a life full of haters, he had this in there, he had that in there. Yeah, we might have, Chippy, but you also have too, remember, you meant to have done an FYP show. Like I say, it's no good doing it a year and a half after 3 million people probably already started doing it. That's probably your biggest downfall to why your show is not so successful, to be honest. But that was you literally just sitting there saying about, oh, mate, you're literally doing my head in, you know, how Charlie's doing this, Charlie's doing that. We know what Charlie's done, but what about the shit you done? What about the shit you done? Huh? Let's not forget you also called Morgan a pisshead after she apologised for saying something. You then dropped her and Morgan kept apologising for whatever it was at the time. It was only early evening. You then said she was pissed up. And to be honest, she weren't pissed. But, you know, like, I know she had one, but she wasn't pissed. You know? Let's not forget Chippy has also gone for Zach the Brat. Chippy used to enjoy watching Zach the Brat until Zach the Brat come on live and said bun the ends. Yeah, Chippy went apeshit about this too. But however, I will reiterate what Zach said and what your son said is no different whatsoever. Hypocrite much? No? And it wouldn't surprise me, Chippy, if you wanted in on that side of TikTok, to be honest. And let's be honest, we have seen it so many times before. quite a few times, haven't we? With how you've box top to everyone in the last week. You know, the top girls, the Torians, the Michelles, all those likes, how you've box top to all them all of a sudden. You know, the very people you had everything to say about, no? So here's a snippet of Chippy on his FYP show telling Daisy that no one likes her. So listen, like, for anyone that do think she's like a lovely man, I don't know if we got that one on there. Yes, it's there. Sorry, there is.
Oh, Daisy, Daisy, where did you come from, Daisy? You know, nobody in here likes you, Daisy. Why are you even here? You don't like me, I don't like you, nobody likes you, everybody dislikes you. Why is Daisy?
But there's a lot of people you vice versa don't like. But later on, you're gonna backtrack on that, aren't you? Later on in one of the argument videos, you're gonna backtrack on that very sentence of what you've just said.
You don't like me, I don't like you, nobody likes you, everybody dislikes you. Why is Daisy still here? Bye, Daisy. Been a right laugh, Daisy.
So that's him just saying, like, no one likes her and stuff like that. And now, like I say, in an argument, that will all make sense. Oh, there's another one under that. What's the one under? Oh, I think I know what that one is. Hold on. So, yeah. So, obviously, he's told Daisy that no one likes her and all this. Chippy also called McDonald's mum, Jade, a violation and said that she never feeds her fucking kids. Well, we do know Jade does, in fact, feed her kids. And she's had one takeout without the kids. And let's be honest, would be fucking shit. Most parents have had a takeout while the kids have been in bed or downstairs. And they come down, can I have some? No, you can have a fucking sandwich. As simple as that. And most of you have done it. And let's not be hypocrites on that. Huh? There are bigger things going on the app, isn't there? Which I think is this, yes, is this one.
Everyone on pay frame I got to... Eh? I don't know what you mean.
Everyone will know I had beef with Jade when I first met her over the McDonald's and over the state of the house. Do you know what? Jade has since come in our lives. She's since come to comment. She gets on really well. She listens to our advice. She understands. Sometimes we troll, yes, but overall, we just pointed out the facts and she started doing something about it. But is Chippy calling Jade what he calls her? Listen.
Everyone on pay frame I got to... Eh?
Thank you.
I don't know what you mean. Pretty English, Bobby.
Messages, everything.
He wants people to pay for him to go to...
And it's now been took down.
Scrounging git.
But when I've tried...
Scrounging git? So are you, Chippy?
Report someone.
You're a scrounging git.
There's no violation.
You're a violation.
At the end of the day...
Why is she a violation, Chippy? Because do you know what, actually... Do you know what? When Jade found out Maddie, Jade found out Maddie and her partner had been letting Maddie's kids around her partner's brother, who was a convicted, yes, you know what, right? As soon as Jade found that out and found the article, that girl stopped talking to her like a hot rocket and said, I am not being friends with nothing like that. She said, I am not doing that. She was like, that is just wrong on so many levels. Listen, she started doing random stuff like cleaning on lives, like I told her to do. All that random shit, you know, just random things that would help her out. Like, these trolls may go at her, but if you're cleaning a live and doing that sort of stuff, it'll help you out. Let's listen to the rest of the video after calling Jade a violation.
Like, people made these videos look horrendous.
Oh, that'll be coming.
Yeah. That McDonald's video does look horrible. It does. And I agree with you.
I disagree. I don't. It makes Jade look bad because of the comments on it. That's why. It's not a horrible thing what she done. I'm sorry. Yet again, tenfold worse people on this app.
We need, for what I get, all this hate. All these hate messages.
When you're starving your kids and stuff, yeah, absolutely.
Well, she wasn't starving her kids. Listen, how many of your kids will come down from their bedroom 5 or 6 times a day and going, oh, Mum, I'm hungry. You just had dinner. Yeah, but I'm hungry. 90% of your kids do it. Let's not play fucking stupid and like everyone's really bad.
You are a violation.
See, again, you are a violation. That's twice.
Do you know who you are? So why?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chippy, you want to talk about parenting? Where's your other son? Want to talk about let's talk about violations, eh? Right, listen, as I say, let's not be fucking hypocrites about this. Let's not be fucking hypocrites, alright? That's one thing we're not going to do around here. And listen, I've got a few choice of words, trust me, a few choice of fucking words. And let's not forget you had problems with life on the crack. However, you've been sat in live with her over the last few days, haven't you? You've been sat live with her all pally over the last few days. And there's a woman you see in the chat. I don't have the videos for this, but we've got like something to show like a little bit, but it's not to do relating this case, but how it goes, right? So Chippy also had issues with another woman called Maxine Sings, which some of you may have seen in the chat. A woman called B had basically befriended Maxine and was sending money into her PayPal. And that if she ever needed money, to just ask for help. The one time Maxine asked her and gave her the day she was going to pay it back, B had then gone into crayons and said she felt like she had been conned because Maxine promised to pay it back. And she told crayons a day before Maxine had said that. So let's say Maxine had said, "Oh, I'll pay it back on a Monday." B had made out as if she had paid it back. She was meant to pay it back on a Sunday, yeah? So that kind of thing is what she done. And so basically she told crayons that. Chippy then called Maxine devious, fucking devious, scamming, nasty bastard, cunt. You know, however, Maxine actually was able to prove that this B was lying. And as far as I'm aware, to date, she still hasn't had an apology. Yet, Chippy, you have your PayPal up on the screen and you say you don't con and beg, but you've also got your showcase up there as well, haven't you? No?
No, what I'm saying is, you used the race card on that day when I had that.
All
Check out my showcase, look.
It's views.
Check out my showcase.
Numbers.
Well, you're begging, right?
30% plus gifts. And so has Dave. They just haven't got the bollocks to say it. They haven't got the bollocks.
Let's listen to him talking about gifts. It's about gifts and stuff like this, right? This is what it's all about. But Maxine still hasn't had a fucking apology for anything like that. None of it. And Chippy called her the worst of the worst yet again. The worst of the fucking worst, didn't you, Chippy? No? And then let's not forget my Max H. When back in September she did a few battles, didn't she, that she was asked to do by the agency? Which, of course, she said yes. She didn't promote it. She didn't push it. But, you know, when Max had done well in all these battles, Chippy, you claimed that she was Maid Marian and Robin Hood. Then done nothing to try and pass it off as banter. However, I know for a fact it wasn't banter because, let's be honest, you have not long spoke about how you wanted to make £25 a week through TikTok. So, in my personal opinion, I feel you actually got a bit jealous. You weren't supportive. You done nothing but put her down and pulled her apart. And it was nothing more than a green-eyed monster and pure jealousy at its finest, to be honest with you, because you didn't make next to nothing at that point. Why 25 is an odd amount, isn't it? So anyway, this saga obviously then passed by, and only a few weeks back, a live was fired up about Emzyy. And Max jumped up and said, in my opinion, off this app, Angie's a nice person. And Chippy went right off on one saying, you're meant to be my friend, where's your loyalty, etc. Well, as we've already said throughout this, you seem to have no loyalty that you're screaming about. Chippy, you seem to have no loyalty. That loyalty you're screaming about, where's yours? Where's your loyalty? So anyway, which I have got the video to play you, as I will play you the full video. In this, I want you to listen to him. More so, Chippy, I want you to listen to his devious and dark manipulative tone towards a woman. However, I've never seen him take on one bloke like this. This is the same man who is doing all the things, as I stated above, standing by the people others don't like, saying they had no loyalty. Now, in my opinion, Chippy, you've never had any loyalty whatsoever. And just remember, I could show a lot, because I know this is fact. They all did have loyalty, but you had fucking none. You really did have no loyalty, did you? And here's that argument which you're now all going to listen to.
Are you sitting in there, Chip? No, I'm sorry.
Well,
it's 4 minutes.
Well, absolutely not.
And then after...
Everybody's got a free choice of where they want to go. I'm not doing echo chambers on the FYP. That's why I stopped fucking doing it. People fucking...
Right, remember, so listen, he's not doing echo chambers. But remember what he said about Daisy? Remember what he said about Daisy and the people he's sitting with? Now listen to exactly what he's saying, please, and everything I've shown you, to everything I've told you. Just listen and understand.
Who's not in there and fucking... I'm just sick of shit.
No, that's not fair. Who have I ever complained about?
No, I didn't say you. I said people have.
He didn't say you, but watch that change.
It just pisses me off. You can't win. I can never fucking win. Because if I sit here, right, and I've sat here, and Emzyy, for example, has criticised me. She's threatened me with social services. She's had me in fucking tears once, right? With all the fucking shit she reckoned she was going to fucking do and cause. And yet people were still in her fucking live, still interacting with, still watching her, and still fucking picking her up. And I'm like, she's a nice person, maybe in real life. Fuck off!
Well, she is.
No, she's fucking not. She's a nasty, vile piece of shit.
Right. So he's just said there, she's a nasty, vile piece of shit. Look at the tone of his voice, how devious he's getting to a woman. I've never seen him face a man like this.
You're still backing her up after what she did to me. So what's the difference?
No, but hang on a minute.
No, what's the fucking difference?
Well, she's not backed her up. Max has just said, like, away from the app, Angie's a nice person, yeah? Like, for example, Chippy, there may be someone you know that we've not met off the app, and you might have met off the app that might be a nice person, but we don't know because on the internet they're a fucking idiot. But let's listen to his tone and his more deviousness and the way he talks to women. And to be honest, Millsy, I feel like you could have shut things, like, to calm that situation down a little bit better. But I know what it's like to be in the middle. It's awkward. I understand.
Lower your voice.
You've come in here 3 times over the last few days when I've come in a live box, shouting and screaming me fucking down.
I am not that person.
I can fucking shout and scream as well,
Speak to me with respect,
or
Chippy,
so
you
there
can
you go.
fuck
This is
yourself.
the FYP bullshit that you've got, and that's why I don't come on this fucking app. Because people like you're the fucking hypocrite.
Lower your tone. Lower your tone. Lower your tone.
See, it's people like you. You're the hypocrite, he just said. So earlier he said it wasn't Peter, it wasn't you, but now it's people like you. Look how quick that changed. That was in a minute and a half.
I'll lower my tone when I feel like lowering my tone.
Don't fucking speak to me like a piece of shit to me, because I ain't the one. I'm not one of...
But you've been telling your people up until this point, the group you was in, what they can and can't do, asking each other when you can go live, if it's all right to go live. Do you know what? If one of the mob come to me and said, oh, Billy, can I go live? I'd be fucking mortified. You go live, do what the fuck you want. Don't ever ask anyone for permission. Don't ever feel like you have to ask anyone for permission. But that's what people had to do with you for months, Chippy. They had to ask you for permission. And now that's all changed.
These people you can sit there on your fucking aisles with.
No, you wanted the argument, Matt. All right? The fucking argument.
Can we just speak? Because nothing's going to get resolved with people shouting over each other.
There's nothing to resolve, Millsy. Because I will do what I think I fucking want to do. I'm not going to be told on here by anybody what I can and can't do. I'm sick and fucking tired of it. That's why I don't bother coming on here. There's too many people in fucking ears and other people's ears telling you how you should do things and how you shouldn't do things. I'll do it how I see fucking fit. And like I said, Angie's a prime example. The way she's fucking gone at me and you all still fucking talk to her. You all still...
But they don't still talk to her, though. This is the thing. They don't still talk to her.
I don't talk to her.
You all still back her. You all, oh, she's a nice lady. No, she's not. She's a cunt.
He doesn't
but you
profit
all
his
back
level
her
now.
and then you criticise me.
But so, look, listen... For him, like saying earlier, like about jobs and stuff like that, fuck me. Listen, the man can't even hold a three-day live on an FYP show. How the fuck are you going to hold down a job?
Because I said to Wayne, he could come in with fucking FYP.
No,
Big
what
up,
I
Joe,
said
for
is,
that,
I'm telling you an unpopular opinion. I've met Angie in real life, and without this app, Angie is a nice person.
You either back me or you don't back me.
Well, where's your backing of all your friends, Chippy? How have you been backing all your friends when you've been sitting in the boxes with everyone that's been cunting them off, eh?
What, so I've got to back you when you're sitting there talking derogatory and calling her a slut and stuff, do you think?
Right. So Max won't even sit around me when I'm being derogatory against anybody. Just bear that in mind. Max won't even sit around me when I say that sort of shit. You think she's going to sit around Chippy? I don't think so.
Right, will they?
She won't. And that's true,
right,
she
will
doesn't.
They? Well, then call her many things, but you can't call her that.
A cunt.
And when men go for women like that, they're just scumbags.
Yeah, well,
And
that's it, innit?
And you are, Chippy. I said this for months on end. You're a scumbag. And I always said to a certain few people, I said 3 names, and I said they are not your friends. Do you know what? I've been fucking right.
They can say what they fucking want, but we can't answer back.
No, you can answer back. Absolutely, you can answer back. It's just your fucking tone, isn't it?
No, not when you're going low and calling her names like that. No.
Vile.
No man should call a woman that.
And he just called her
She's
again.
a vile drug cunt.
There you go.
Exactly,
again.
Billy.
I think Max
Look.
knows what she's like when she's drinking and when she's on this app. Do you know, she knows that.
And it's true, she doesn't. If I'm going off on one, she fucks straight off
I'm
out.
going by, and I said off of this app, Emzyy.
I don't understand what.
Yeah, well, none of us know her off
I
this
don't
app.
sit in Angie's, and I don't talk to Angie no more. But I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say that she's not a nice person when she's not on this app, because she is a nice person.
So, as you've heard there, his devious tone, the way he's talking to women. Listen, I can understand why some people say, listen, maybe it wasn't just one person in this relationship that was a problem. Maybe it was 2. Because, listen, I'm telling you now, you can try screaming. You tried screaming at me like that just before September last year, wasn't it? And that was yet again because I used a disabled slur, which as I quite often do in my everyday life, and I never change that for anybody. I say it to my brothers, sisters a lot, and that's me. However, you tried taking my head off about that, didn't you? And it didn't work out too well with you, because the one thing about me, I've got a mouth, it's loud, and I can fucking use it, and I only need me. That's the very big difference between you, man. I don't need a big back in. I've got a big enough, loud enough mouth to scream what I need to scream. I mean, I've never trusted Chippy from day one, and I will never trust Chippy from ever again, to be honest with you. So now there was a whole saga, like, where he says a bit of the reason why they fell out. This was a lie on Chippy's part.
Because I defended you, she won't speak to me now. So that's it. I don't want to talk about it. So.
Oh, right, okay.
That's what it is.
Thank you.
Basically, fails. You've ended a friendship.
I'm sorry, Chippy. Not mine.
So basically, because Chippy thought that situation had ended, well, you were actually very fucking wrong, wasn't you? Because you knew that situation had ended, because you knew exactly what bullshit Kale's told. You knew it was never sorted. Just bear in mind, look where he's sitting, and just listen to what's coming up in a bit. Not on this video, but in a few more videos.
It's all to do with something historical between you, so...
That was ages ago, though.
I thought you'd sorted it out, to be honest. Anyway, I don't want to get into a conversation.
No, that's fine. Awkward.
So this is coming from a man, you know, that claims that he can't work, he can't do all this, you know, you're loyal to all your friends. Well, that's not loyalty, because she said the worst of the worst about your friends, didn't she? But there you are. Like that, aren't you? But she said the worst of the worst about your friends, didn't she? But that was okay, wasn't it, Chippy? That was all right, no? But that was all right? It was okay for you, yeah? Now, as I said, I called that out. Like, I called pretty much this bullshit out and how you acted last September when we went at each other. I've seen what you act. You're like a 60-year-old grown-ass child, and I stand by what I said. And as I say, I'm very content with who I am. But let's not forget that you also had enough to say about Zia as well, didn't you? Zia and Cheryl. You had enough to say about them. But, you know, remember these people you got a problem with that you ain't going to block from your FYP to satisfy other people, but you expected your friends to block them. Go away. So anyway, like, Chippy and the group had moved away from Angie's. Chippy was then stating that Zia was all the cunts and two-faced shit-staring bitches. Now, Zia had since subscribed to him on his FYP account. Now, he used to also kick off at Cheryl and Zia over the 16-year-old and the joke of someone in the basement. And that obviously they would end up arrested. He also indirectly was saying it was basically a borderline NONCE. So a P3 though, if you like, which we don't have videos for, but yeah, again, it's true, because if I had my older device, that would have been in there. Thank you so much, Froggin. Now, as I said, he is good friends with most of these, and since she subscribed, he's all polite to her. Yet again, more falseness from you, Chippy. Like, I'm telling you, everything I see, as I said, you can come at me for what you want, but I'll take it on the chin, hun. And let's not forget you went at Pearl's hairy top lip, baby reindeer, because they was in Brigham's live. Now you're besties. And Chippy, you was raging, weren't you? And I don't know why I didn't fucking hit the record at that time. Frustrating with myself at times. Alex Brigham and then Chippy had beef regarding Angie, didn't you? And more recently, the comment Alex made about the chair. For some of you that don't know, it's regarding a child crab pasting a chair was the comment that Alex made. He said Alex was Angie's biggest troll and that he was sick in the head. Now, not long ago, Chippy was actually seen in Frankie 360's live with Alex Brigham. They was debating benefits, and let me tell you, Chippy fucking benefited. He had PayPal donations after his little sob story. He got gifts, and he also claimed he'd never sit with Alex again because Alex was a pred. And then he had also been asked to be unblocked from Alex's live, as he didn't know why he was blocked. Well, I can tell you why it was blocked. It's because you cunted Alex off about everything, including his gnashers. Also, you say Alex is a pred, but then you go around on Favorited saying things like this to a young woman. So here's a video from Favorited.
Full cheers all up.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in your box and cuss you out.
If you come in my box, I'm coming in yours.
Beauty, did you get in the box?
I'm in my box anytime, I don't open them.
Whoa!
What's going on? I invited you, Beauty.
But then you go and act like that. Do you? So you go and act like that. Are you okay? You say Alex is a pred, and then you're going around doing things like that. And listen, like, I mean, I could play all of that if I wanted. I could play all of that, but there's no point because half of it's just them chatting shit, and I can't stand that Scottish Courtney. Her voice goes right fucking through me. Oh, it's like fucking nails on a chalkboard, mate. And then, so not long ago, Levi also said the only people around Michelle were after her money. Michelle was pissed at this point, but Chippy had stated that Levi was trying to get in Michelle's head after agreeing previously that people are only after her for her money. So, you know, it's all very weird. So, I've got some clips to play you in a second. Let me just go down to the big, right, this is one I want to play you, and then I've got a statement to make.
I get what you're saying. Now, I've no problem with small gifting and stuff. People can afford small gifts. You're creating something, fine. That's up to people, right? But what I can't understand is when you actually change your whole personality because of the gifting, because of the people that are gifting you. You suddenly become best friends with people that are gifting you large. You're as bad as the ones that you were calling out originally.
I'm going to play that again for you to all hear and listen. Tap up the screens, repost live. It all helps. Thank you very much.
And
so I'll let it play again.
That didn't last long, did it?
So you can listen again.
I get what you're saying. Now, I've no problem with small gifting and stuff. People can afford small gifts. You're creating something, fine. That's up to people, right? But what I can't understand is when you actually change your whole personality because of the gifting, because of the people that are gifting you. You suddenly become best friends with people that are gifting you large. You're as bad as the ones that you were calling out originally. And let's be honest, that didn't last long.
Oh, right. So, just a little statement. So, all you said about big gifters, and now you ended up getting a personal friendship with them because they've got money, etc. Now you've done exactly the same fucking thing to Michelle, haven't you? And let's be honest, if Angie wasn't on this platform, you wouldn't have next to no platform whatsoever. So when Angie says maybe the perpetrator, maybe you was the perpetrator, it questions in my head after seeing and hearing everything about you from day one. Maybe it was both of you and not just her, huh? I don't know. I wasn't there. However, you're a 60-year-old man, and if my fucking dad was like that, I'd be a hell of embarrassed. Let me tell you that. And I can only wonder why maybe your child is the way he is. Albeit, he's very well looked after, and I would never ever take that away from you. But all the things you have said and done, and all the fucking hypocrisy I have found on you on absolutely everything just over a few hours. You said you can't get a job because you got to get your kid up for school. Your kid is a teenager and he can do shit himself. He's not an invalid. It's just you beating around the fucking bush. It's always woe me, feel sorry for me, victimise yourself. All your new friends will see your little strops, especially your irrelevant ones, very soon, and they will drop you like a fucking hot rocket. Let me tell you that. Because you say this isn't about money, but let's be honest, we all know it is. And it always has been, and it always will be. And I personally would never be friends with someone like that in my life. You're more hassle than you'll ever be worth. Let me tell you that. And when I talk on what he's done to Michelle, so he's saying, oh, you get big gifts and you become their friends. Yeah, well, you've had your unis out, Michelle, and oh, you got that personal friendship, haven't you? You got that tongue right up there, haven't you? You're right up there as much as you fucking could be. You really are. And this is why. It's all this crap and all this hypocrisy that you do. All the lies and you claim that you're loyal and all this shit. You are far from fucking loyal. Let me tell you that for a fact. And I can see it from a mile off. And your new friends will see it within time. And hanging around with all those young birds like the Torians, the Leashers, the Top Girls, absolute pricks. So let me tell you now a fact. They'll drop you like a hot fucking rocket. They'll drop you quicker than anyone's business because you're that irrelevant to them. And that's the fact. And the fact you even sat and favourited the other day, and then you sat there and said, oh, I'm going to have to change my time slot because someone else will be coming on at that time. Get a grip. What, you're going to change your time slot? Oh, because you want the viewership. That's why you're going to change your time slot, because you want the views, because you know damn well by doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning, those girls and everyone else are doing their own thing. They ain't gonna be in your fucking life. They ain't gonna give a shit about what your 60-year-old man's doing. And let's be real, you've clung on everything I've pointed out and everything you have classed everyone else to do. You have fucking done yourself. You have done yourself. And I'll tell you what, maybe that's why your FYP show don't work, because you are the biggest fucking hypocrite. And you can't sit there and do a fucking big FYP show when you are the biggest hypocrite, in my opinion. It doesn't quite work like that. But do you know what? And this is my issue. Listen, once I get the next one out of the way, the next one ain't going to be too long. The next one, I'm going to do Emzyy. But if you just bear with me, I do need to restart the live so I can save this for the YouTube. So I'm just going to restart. And then we're going to start an Emzyy, and then I'll open the boxes for both sides of the saga, so anyone can enter the box, whether it's through Chippy or Emzyy. You can then enter after I've got the Emzyy bit out of the way, which won't take no more than 15-20 minutes at most. So I'll be right back. Tap up the screen when I come back, and drop me a follow while you're there. I'll see you in a second. Many of these people that were involved with Chippy have all been I've all seen exactly what Chippy's like. I've all seen what he's done and how he's fucking bullied them. I mean, you know, Lucy was a big supporter of him and he didn't even give her a fucking explanation. And then I believe he wanted to unblock her and then fucking start and then like try and have a conversation and shit like that. Go away. Like, you blocked like your biggest supporters. Like, do you know what? You had a good bunch around you. Over like, your Lucy's, your Charmaine's, your Max's, like, you know, your Crayons, all you lot. Like, you lost a good bunch. Like, they were the forefront to your FYP show. Without them, your show would not have been what it is. A bit like without a lot of my mods, my show, or me on here, wouldn't be up to the top form that it is. It's because of me and them that it works so fucking well. And you've lost a lot of people around you, a lot of good people. You said the other night that you had to, what was it you had to do? You spent all night trying to look for stuff to talk about on the FYP, but you didn't do it in the morning. Full of fucking shit. You're too lazy to even search for fucking videos. That's the issue. Let's be fucking real. And for the same man that also says he's not a beg and no one supports him, just remember he blocked and removed all his big supporters, the Lucy's, the Charmaines, the Crayons, the Maxes, the GJs, like Tim's, all them. Like, he fucking done them all over. Good and proper. He done him over. But just bear in mind, this is a man that doesn't beg, okay? This is a man that doesn't beg. Just bear this in mind. He's on battle.
Alexa, pause.
So he is here
Alexa, pause.
battling
Let's go, Jazz. Make sure you
on
comment in the
favorited.
chat. Comment in the chat so we can see you. So I can
This
give
is
you a
Chippy
follow
battling
back.
on favorited.
They've all gone on their own lives. What, on TikTok or on here?
Oh, look, this people missing out.
Alexa.
They've all gone their own lives. What? So, yeah, for a man that doesn't battle or beg, you sure off did a fucking fine job of it, didn't you? So now don't ever sit there and tell me that you can't work because you got to fit this around that around la-di-da-di-da. You're full of fucking shit. You're a man that's full of excuses and that's all it is. And you try and find a sob story like everyone else. Basically, you want money, but you're doing it through false, phony means by trying to play old, I'm depressed, woe me act. Well, it don't fucking wash with me, I'm afraid. You should have thought about that before you got yourself in this position, shouldn't you? 90% of the world is in the same position, Chippy. You ain't the only one. You'll never be the only one. So we'll have less of the, oh, woe me, I'm a single dad. Because you know what? 90% of people are single parents in this world. So, yeah, I wouldn't say you're that fucking amazing, mate. So I'd sort yourself out. If I was you, I would sort yourself out. Like, because you lost a good bunch of people, and if anything, they deserve a fucking apology out of you. That's what they fucking deserve. Right, this next one won't actually take too long, and I will open up all the boxes for you. I will actually open up the boxes for you. Next one is this scrote. Yeah, that one is next. Right, let me just get to this one. This one won't take a minute. So, this is Emzyy. Tap up the screen for me, Hans. You know the drill. Tap up the screen and repost it and have a bit of my drink before I carry on. Right. Is that a fielder? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but looks like an albino chimp. So, this is Emzyy. This woman is Emzyy here. Emma LaGrange. This is her on the screen, in the box here, in the president's box. Stupid daughter. TikTok. Yeah, Emma LaGrange. That's who it is. So, mob, I just want to say, we are on day 2 of our Boycott Emzyy Pack campaign. And I must say, it's absolutely brilliant to wake up to every morning, to go to my feed, to see all my friends post saying Boycott Emzyy. And rightly so. So shall we catch up on what Emzyy's been doing? So, this is our babes, Emzyy. Now, Emzyy came to our attention cam to him, Paige. Now, Paige is the woman who neglected her kids. And may I just reiterate, Emzyy got all her information from me and my awarenesses. She and her friends also ripped off my content to put on their own website, which I'm not going to promote the website because it's absolute dog shit and stolen content. But just to let you know, in that same instance, the mob will be doing our very own website soon where you can get all the mob info and even some merch too. Because we're going that way, Hans, a cheeky little plug. So just remember, Emzyy, anything we say, it's all with a pinch of salt. So, it's just 50 fuck off. Right. So anyway, so recently Emzyy allowed KK. So KK, who was good friends with Paige. This is a girl, right? So KK, who was good friends with Paige, only ended up in Emzyy's box because Paige had fucked off KK out of it. While KK was friends with Paige, one of our mob was called a pedalo. However, we know this is untrue, and Emzyy knew this, and still allowed this KK in the box to give out a fucking sob story. Then Emzyy claimed it might be right about one of our mob members. This Emzyy said, oh, well, it might be right then. And that was the start of the Emzyy drama, all because she refused to apologise for basically agreeing that one of our mob members was a pedalo. Emzyy's mod then proceeded to constantly say it might be true. They had been trying to beg for attention in our inboxes, left, right and centre, which to their surprise, they didn't get much, so now they're just trying to beg it through Cam2 and us. Emzyy has also recently tried using the S-slur and the R-slur and called me a G-A-Y-K, C-U-N-T. So she called me that. Emzyy has changed up her platform recently from Cam2ing Paige to Cam2ing the mob, which is us right here, right now. Emzyy then doxed two non-involved persons called William Ford and Fatty Soph. However, she thought Fatty Soph was gingerbread, and she was going to dox her even though she has a disabled child in the house. But Emzyy didn't care about that, did you, Emzyy? So Emzyy's plan massively backfired last night when she posted on Mr. Madness, which Emzyy soon withdrew her post because it really didn't go her way. She said I was saying a list of slurs, when in fact that she was saying them too. So she tried making out I was the only one using these slurs and that she never said anything in reply. However, the videos then got posted on there. So it wasn't just me, it was her. So she's not an angel, like she says. She did an awareness on me from 6 p.m. till gone midnight, just saying, literally, over the 12 hours, right? She literally said, he's ableist and he bullies women. That's all she said over the 6 hours of that awareness. It was the worst awareness I have ever seen, that's for sure. Her accusations against me, well, I'll show you a list of them soon because they were pathetic and a lot of them were the same. So the words used by Paige to describe Soph, a person with a proven track record for lying, meaning take it with a pinch of salt, is always what's referenced to Paige and not you, Emzyy. So that's where it came from. So the poll Emzyy has done, should I say, Emma has done. So she had a little to say, but D and E were exactly the same thing in the polls. But that'll be because she doesn't have much different to say at all, because she's only got the same shit to say. Also, can I just state that I'd never be friends with someone like Paige Emzyy. Never. I would never be friends with someone like Paige, ever. But not like you, where you'd let all the enablers on. I mean, I would never be a friend with a pred, but I think by what you've been doing has shown me you would be, though. But, you know, you've also made loads of malicious accounts trying to target me, haven't you, Emma? Haven't you, Emma Lagrange? Now, bear in mind, I'm going to upload a YouTube that I did on there the other night. Obviously, when she was showing a green screen of an account. And these accounts are T1 Lookout, and it's, what is it? Billy's Foes Awareness, Bullies Victims Awareness, or some bullshit like that. It's a load of crap, whatever it is. But anyway, here I'm going to play you some videos in a second. Big up, Froggin. I will play you some videos in a second from our files. But also, Emzyy, can I ask that all your mods check, like, your stories? Like, if you share and anything like that. If you check all of our stories here, the mob stories in the morning, if you could share, repost the boycott Emzyy, we would much appreciate it. So here, shall we play some videos on what she's been saying? Now, I have to be a little bit careful with a couple of them, because they're only for the last couple of days. There's not too many to play on this one. So, as you can see, that's Emzyy there on screen. Let's take that off. So this is the woman that claims she used to be working the care system, but we soon fucking destroyed that for her. So this is what she was doxing and this is what she put up in Mr. Madness. So it says Emzyy Evil. She's put my backstage profile up, and this was the thing. Regarding accusations, the word used to describe Soph was a word used by Paige, a person that has proven track record for lying. While not one word anyone wants to be called, the meaning take it with a pinch of salt is in reference to Paige saying this word. This alone was a provoked response from Billy and Soph alike, taking things further than they need to be taken. Billy claims to raise awareness when in fact he to the bullies, and in doing so use this as malicious advocacy, in other words, to stir the pot and create drama and attention. Listen, I'm getting right dyslexia from reading this because that's how she's fucking written it, so bear with me. Billy, in the wake of his complex, has threatened women and doxed me, brackets Emzyy. He has publicly shared my information with the intent of causing harm and provoking threatening behaviour towards me and my family. You point out where I've once threatened you or your whole family or your home. At best, maybe a takeaway. He has messaged members of my community. Actually, they've messaged me, which you'll see on Friday for Fan Mail Friday, Huns. Yeah, I know Jay did all this. I know he did. So listen, you will all see these messages for Fan Mail Friday, don't panic. So she's then put, in response to this, I thought I'd share a couple of details about Billy and show my own receipts. Also, while trying to clear the air, trying to raise awareness for someone that claims to raise awareness themselves, and when in fact he's just as bad as, if not worse, than a lot of the others. Okay, so she claims to be more than a pred. So here we go. A woman's put, "You've got a fucking cheek, you ratty little cunt. After what you said, you doxed 2 people and was homophobic. You're a scummy little cunt." That's what she put to her. Then there was the screen recording the proof. The proof will be posted, what you so-called said, and then called the mother a pedlo, didn't you, scabby fuck? So that all got posted. The mess of the edits, obviously, look, were made by Jay. Jay's a really shit editor. I wouldn't say he's good at an article, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? And this is, I've got to be careful when playing this one, so I'm going to turn it down a bit because it might get me bananas. So you might not be able to hear it, but you might be able to hear it slightly. Gotta be so careful with that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. I'm doing a live on that gay cunt.
There you go. Tiki Toki Shoppy, we love you. So these were her list of claims. Regarding accusations, just remember she puts receipts for these. The word used to describe Sophie was urged use my page. We've already read that shit. We don't need to read it again, do we? But that's what she put. This is her receipts, by the way. This is her facts and receipts. This is Emzyy's facts and receipts. Is what it is. This is all her receipt is just a couple of screenshots. Well, where's the video, hun? Where's the video and the rest of it? If that's all your awareness is. This is where I was claimed to have been Paige's side and friend after what I said last night. Well, guess what? I said many things, hun. Said many things. Doesn't make me and friends. And like I said, I'd never be friends. I wouldn't allow their enablers into the box. Not like you do, hun. We're not about that life. Oh, and this was you. And as I said, look. C and D are exactly the same. This is how I know she's dyslexic and got an IQ of about 6. Hey, Emzyy. C and D are exactly the same. I mean, who is helping you do this? Like, nursery or what? It's sad. And obviously, like you said, that you don't have fake accounts and stuff like that. Well, we've got your fake account because it's there. And we know it's your account, look, because it says edit profile, hun. So it's definitely your account, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not working out too well, is it, Emzyy? And I don't know if I can play this, but we're going to try. Oh, she told me to go and swing, basically, like from a news. Hear that? See, look how vicious she got. Look how angry she got there. Girl seems very salty. I had to split it like that so you couldn't hear it properly, but you know what she said, yeah? And this is the woman that's trying to do the awareness on me. Are you okay, hon? People that know me and know me for 5 years, I am who I am, I say what I want, and I'm content with doing, and I'll take the consequence of anything by myself. I don't need anyone, like, to have my back, honestly. Like, it's not that hard, Ems. And the fact she was doing this awareness with only 8 people in was even more depressing, to be honest with you. So the fact she was doing it with only 11 people in, there is something dramatically wrong with you. But that's pretty much the end of Emzyy's one. I told you it wouldn't take long, so we've got the full awareness on there from the other night. So I knew it wouldn't take too long. But if anyone wants to hop in the boxes to talk about either of the sagas, whether it be the Chippy bit or whether it be Emzzy bit, you can now hit out the box. I think the boxes are up. Yes, we have Fan Mail Friday coming this Friday, absolutely, where we look at all the messages that everyone's abused me and God knows what. Look at all their fans. Morgan wants to. And you can hit her up in the box if you want. Hit out the box and that shit, Morgan. But you know, But no, it just goes to listen. And Chippy, yeah, I would stand by my stance with Chippy. I think he's a horrible, devious, manipulating little prick. Is what I think he is. But yeah, I suppose we should have, because nothing's actually changed, hon. You still. Oh, hold on. Okay. There you go. It says. It says now. It says now. I think. There we go. Oh, that'll be why, yeah, because you won't be able to do it, because more going to be private, so she'll have to request a box. Hey, Kat, you alright, sweet? You can't let her, it's private. Well, she ain't even in the box anyway. She ain't even in. Big up, Joe, for the title. Thank you. Hey, Kes, you alright? Night, Cat, sweet. Sleep well. But it just goes to show, listen, all those replays, I'm going to put them up tomorrow. They'll be up by 6 o'clock. I'll have them straight up on the Chippy and Emzyy. I'll have the Emzyy awareness up. Thank you, Joe, mate. I'll have the full-blown Emzyy awareness up too. And then I'll put in the slurs on the video at the end.
And that she posted on Facebook, she got a lot of backlash on it.
Yeah, so removed it. Yeah, removed the post, took it all off. Yes, I did, sweet. Yeah, I did. It's just Emzyy chatting shit. But to be honest, what it is sometimes, like, I do appreciate it. Sometimes, like, where we're in other sagas, it takes us forever to watch because we don't just stay on one person. We always have multiple people to deal with. Who's Chippy? A fucking prick is who he is. A first-class cunt.
Hello.
Oh, hi, you in the toilet?
Can't hear. Sorry, I had to think because I completely lost my train of thought.
Well, that wasn't hard.
No, I know. Do you know what? It's just been like, you know what it's been like, Billy.
No, she doesn't need the box. Yeah.
No, do you know what? Like, what pisses me off with people like him, not only does he go for women, but he sits there complaining about his life when he doesn't even have to get off his arse and work, and he gets everything fucking given to him on a plate. He's so quick to sit there and be like, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Well, honestly, he makes me so mad. I don't even have words for him.
What was it he said to you when he called you a pisshead? What was that over? Can you remember?
Oh, because he blocked me in Mikey's live. I only joined, and then he said it was a mistake, and I was like,
That was it.
I was a bit like, okay, like that doesn't make sense to me. And he was like, "Oh, believe what you want." And then I was on a rant, and I was just about like, "Oh, you guys have unfollowed me. If you've got something to say, like, get in my inbox and stuff."
Yeah.
And I just ended up blocking him anyway because he's FYP.
Now you say it, that rings a bell, yeah. Because I remember you going, he's just blocked me. I remember you messaging me going, he's just blocked me.
He's one of those.
I remember you messaging that.
I went off him when I felt like he was trying to turn, like, you know, I've known Max longer than him. That doesn't mean anything, but it was like the fact he was trying to twist things and like make people pick sides.
Can we just say no one from that group he has a friend left with anymore? There is no one. I don't think he has. Well, I think he does actually. No, that's a lie. I think he does, but he's lost 90% of people around him. That tells me that you are the problem.
Like I said,
if you're constantly losing people around you, that tells me you are the issue.
It's like I said to you the other night. Like he follows the pound signs. He got that uni. I don't even know why he deserved the uni. And I don't give a shit. Like, I don't go live and
don't beg though. And someone that don't form friendships with people, like, you know, big gifters, everyone forms friendships. Well, that's exactly what he's done.
It's like he got the uni once, and it was like he's sitting there expecting it to happen again. It's like, but you don't bring anything to the table that nobody's already done before.
But he doesn't. He doesn't. The thing is, when he's even doing the FYP, he's 3-4 days too late. By the time it's been spoken about 300 fucking times.
Like, you know, he used to sit there on his FYP, because I remember so clearly, because I used to be up in the mornings, like 6 in the morning, go to work, whatever, And then he'd do a whole live about Angie. Then he got in that dating box thing with Angie, and I was like, what is this about?
Yeah, he did that as well. That's correct. Yeah, it's the old dating live. You know, like I said, if it weren't for Angie, he wouldn't have half of the fucking shit.
Do you know what? Like, I'm not a massive fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive fan of Angie. Don't get me wrong. I just like watch her when I'm like getting ready or doing something, or washing up or whatever.
Yeah. Hold on, so.
But the way that people continue to talk about Angie all the time, like it's like, have you like when Angie goes, people are obsessed with me. I'm like, oh come on, it's an app. But it becomes like borderline a bit weird when people.
But it is though. Listen, he's sitting around all those people that are can-tooing her left, right, and centre, all the haters saying all the nasty things and stuff like that. Like he's doing all this stuff, but now he's just moving train of thought. If there weren't Angie, who else would they have? Who else would they have if it weren't for Angie? Listen, I've been there and done that, so I know exactly what it's like.
I think the problem is as well, they've all got to realise at one point they all sat in her box and were like mods, friends, stuck up for everything she said that, you know, Angie was right about everything. And as soon as Angie like calls them out or thinks, oh, you know, something's not right here, then they all fire up alive, and it's like, but you sat there for months.
Yep.
It's a bit like it's too
For
fake.
months on end. Listen, 90% of his FYP show is her. It's nobody else.
Like, I'm quite a good judge of character. I'll know instantly if I like someone or not. But surely, if you were her mod, you'd talk to her outside the app, and then all of a sudden, when Angie doesn't like you, you switch up, and then you make it her that's always the problem. But you know, like these people, I'm not going to name names because I'm not going to give them the airtime. But you sit there like slagging her off, but you were once involved in that. If you don't like someone, block them and move on, because that's how I've always worked. If you don't like someone, block them. You don't have to watch them.
Yeah, but he couldn't, could he? Because he'd have no content if he did that.
He wasn't what I expected when he first come on camera, to be honest.
He was what I was expecting, absolutely. Absolutely, I was, honestly. Nothing like the profile picture. Nothing like it.
I think that day as well, he just caught me in a bad day. And I mean, like this week,
he caught me in a bad day from day one because I could see right through the cunt. I could see right through him. I could see through the bullshit. I could see through it all.
Yeah, that's the same as me. Like I tolerated him because he was obviously in lives where like my friends were like Max and stuff, and I didn't want to say anything, didn't want to make it awkward. But I got to that point where I just was like, do you know what? I don't actually like you. I just tolerated you. Because I would have gone for Chippy months ago. Yeah, I would have fucking done a full outing on him while I was in Turkey. Trust me, I would have done the full fucking thing. It was only purely because he was trying to get people to get me to hold back, because he knows exactly what I fucking do. He knows exactly what I'm about. Now listen, I'm not going to drop his address or anything like that because he's got a child in his house. I'm not going to do that sort of shit. But like, I do know everything. And you know, you said, and by the way, can I just point out, Chippy, do you know you said your missus was unfindable, or your ex-missus was unfindable on social media? Let me just let you know, I found it. And I'm not going to tell anyone what it is, and I'm not going to direct them to it. But Chippy, I'm going to tell you one thing. Tell her to lock down her Facebook, because I can see everything. And I mean, I can see the holiday photos, I can see the lot. Tell her to lock down her Facebook. She was very easily findable. So that's one. If I can give you any piece of advice from someone that don't really like you, is tell your ex-missus to lock down her Facebook, because she was found very easy. I found her.
Yeah, I did. Not tonight, Matt, because you're a div.
That's the movie for request. I was just putting you. You right, Max?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Everyone keeps saying I need to be up. There's nothing more to say. I'm done, Bill, and you know me. When I say I'm done, I'm done.
You pretty much done and said everything you need to fucking do. Do you know what I mean?
Just if you're gonna say anything, can talk about me with stuff that I've put out there. Tell the truth. That wasn't the only reason we fell out. That fucking dickhead Cowles, was it? No, that was just the final nail in the coffin. End of.
Yeah. And this is what I mean. Like, this was more than once.
You know, I've let things go that I haven't let. I've let things go with him that I haven't let my own family get away with. I haven't talked to one of my sisters for 7 fucking years.
Well, this is what I said to you back in September, didn't I? I said, listen, they're not your fucking friends. As much as you think they're not your fucking friends. Because see it a mile off.
Like, yes, I was all right after that live in Millsy's. I said hello, but I didn't want anybody to feel awkward because we sat in the same circles.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it?
Like,
this
you know from time ago, Bill, if someone was in your life that I didn't like, I would leave.
Well, this is the thing. But, you know, like in that video when he said, oh, well, don't fucking come in there. He said, I won't come in. And then he said,
no skin off his nose.
Yeah, he said, no, it wasn't because of you. And then in the next paper, he said, it's because of people like you. Make your mind up.
This is the thing, though. He also used to say, oh, we've got a problem with someone, say it to their face. But you're here, like, openly talking about him, but he's probably cam 2ing it somewhere else or watching from the outside. So
the thing is, I wasn't two-faced. Listen, that argument stemmed, right? I went in Crayons one morning, and she said, "Oh, what have you all been up to?" And I said, "I'm behaving." So she said, "Why?" And I couldn't be asked for typing because you can only type so much. So I jumped up to tell her why. And then when I'd seen him in with cows, I went into Crayons and I'm like, I'm fucking fuming. And she's like, why? So I jumped up to tell her, and I wasn't two-faced. He came in, he asked who we was talking about, and I told him I'm not going to be two-faced. I'm talking about you.
That's what he's fucking like, though, isn't it? Let's be honest. I said it to you from day one. I said I can see right through him. Like I can a lot of fucking people. A lot of fucking people. And it makes me sick. And all this, oh no, you strike up friendships with people. Thanks
for the gifts, guys, but really does give them to Billy.
It just fucking irritates me how he's sitting on some sort of high fucking horse.
And the thing is, what also got me was the fact he sat there, he went, oh, I thought that was sorted out between you two. No, you never thought that. I never said that. And I stated I would never talk to her again.
He knew it was never sorted out. Listen.
Everybody we sit with knows it wasn't sorted out.
Too many people like to play dumb in that group, and I said it. Too many people like to play dumb, and that's when it never works out too fucking well, unfortunately, because it becomes snidey.
But, you know, when I told him I'd never talk to him again, it was like, oh, that's no skin off my nose. Well, it's no fucking skin off mine either.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Sorry, the poll has just been put up, guys, for anyone that missed. It's just a quick roundup there. But this is what I'm saying. Like I said, like as soon as you stop talking to him, as soon as he's out of your lives, yeah, like some of you have even blocked him. And you can't tell me you don't feel much better not having that whingy, whiny old cunt. Because let's be honest, whenever...
Yeah, but Bill, the thing is, I'm not that pathetic. I haven't blocked him. I just unfollowed him and removed him from my following. I didn't block him because I'm not fucking pathetic.
Yeah, but he is. And childish. And fucking childish.
But I'm sorry, and I stand with what I said in that video. Any man that calls a woman derogatory comments, you can say whatever, but you don't have to go low and start calling them derogatory comments. Like...
Well, I wouldn't mind, right? If Angie actually was one of them, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, yeah, do you know what, Angie,
you can pull Angie up on what she says on this app about her opinions, about how she acts. But one thing Angie isn't is that. And she is a nice person without this app. I'm sorry. It might be an unpopular opinion, but it is.
Hold on, yeah. They were a part of a gang after Porsche Girl terrorised. You know, Porsche Girl, I actually messaged her a while back. And I don't know, I don't think it's on account, I haven't got no more. But I messaged her a while back actually asking her about that.
Do I agree with everything you say and do on this app? No, I don't. And I tell you that off this app.
A lot of people
and when you're doing things like that, I can't sit there.
Yeah. And this is what I said in the comment in that live thing earlier. I was like, she don't even watch it. Like, don't get me wrong, he's gone for a couple of men, but I've never seen him speak to any man like he has a woman. That's the truth. I can't say I've heard him speak to any man like he has a woman.
This is the thing as well, because...
Anyone else? Because, you know, he raped it up the other week in Alex's box, Frankie's box, sorry, when You know, he was talking about benefits. Oh, got 50 quid off Frankie's missus. Oh, fucking lapping up. Ching, ching. Not supposed people left awkward enough, fell on tantrums over the pettiest. Well, this is the
Like
kind
I
of
said
issue,
to you
isn't
when
it?
you said to me about doing this, I said, no, like I don't need it done. It's done for me. I don't care enough to. But you have your own issues with him.
There's not enough answers for me. I've been waiting for a fucking long time. To be quite honest. Listen, I've come to learn. I've been on this app 5 years, and trust me, I've come from a proper troll side of TikTok, so I know to trust no one. Literally no one. Trust no one. Literally, like, trust nobody. Like, 'cause people are not transparent enough. People lie. They do things by dodgy means. If you're going to do it, do you know what? If you want to come on the app and earn the money, get that fucking money. Earn the money. Come on the app. Get that money. You know, if you can do it. But don't do it by false means. Do it. Just be honest. Just say you want fucking money.
Listen, Bill. You know, when I go live, I don't even say to people tap my screen. But when I joined the agency, she was one short, and she asked me would I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told it was the one with the highest score, or that's how I understood it.
Yeah.
The ones with the highest score, because it was like a double battle, 2-on-2, would go through. But it turns out it wasn't that. It was the one from each team with the highest score. And I didn't even fucking, like, the day before my second battle was like, I was like, oh, guys, sorry, I've got another battle. Can you just come in and tap?
Yeah, when he was calling your maid Marion and sobbing hood. Yes, guys, if you've missed anything tonight, it will be up on the YouTube tomorrow. It's Rent a Gob Unleashed, the same as TikTok.
And I was, Betsy, because
Got me a sub, though. Go on.
Like, I don't ask and I don't need anything. And that's not me being like...
No, you didn't
or anything.
Even promote
But
the fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? You didn't even promote it.
I just make sure that everything I need I've got, and if I haven't got a penny in my bank, I don't give a fuck as long as my bills are paid, my rent's paid,
and
my dogs are cared for, and I've got my food. Did I tell ya? I went shopping today. 160 quid.
Man's got no food, man's never got any money, but he's spending 50 quid on takeaways, 30, 40 quid on McDonald's. What the fuck? Now, listen, I know how expensive a McDonald's could be. That's coming from someone who eats out a lot. I eat out a lot, as we all know.
Billy, you've been here. You've been here since Monday, right? The only thing we've had takeout is that I promised you because of that new chicken shop open, but it was a burger.
Yeah,
I cooked the rest.
But this is what I mean.
What have you had since? I've cooked every day.
Like bowl, yeah, chicken steaks and all that.
Because I won't waste my money on them things.
And this is what I'm saying, but he's sitting there proclaiming he's got no money, but yeah, he's spending like more than that every few days on this.
Look, I don't give a fuck. I could be on the bones of my arse, but as long as I've got food for my dogs and food in my fucking freezer, I could not give two shits.
Yeah, but have you noticed for some people that's not good enough to have the basic life? Because you know what, when I do feel really shit, yeah, I feel like sometimes I feel like, yeah, my life could be a lot better. But then no one actually sit there in deep thought, and I think, do you know what, there's people that don't even have a roof over their head and ain't even guaranteed a dinner for God knows how long, lucky if they're going to survive. So, you know, that puts me in a bit of a better mood when I'm in that situation.
Shazzy, you got a PayPal for that, apparently.
And he borrowed money off his name, but no, yeah, apparently that was PayPal. Apparently, PayPal, like, do you know, like I don't know if it was like the 3-month thing. Do you know, you get a bit of a PayPal credit.
Do you know what? He reminds me of Smiles. You know, he sits there expecting gifts, but gets
miserable. Yeah, he expects everything for nothing. He can't even commit to an FYP show.
Bill, apparently, Porsche Girl just joined.
Porsche Girl, like, was controlled by Chippy. If you're in here, can I jump in the box another account? What's the name of the account so we know what one to
There you go, Betty Blue and Porsche Girl.
Is it this account you want in or another account? Whatever account you want, just like give us a thingy.
I thought you meant Porsche Mackenzie.
He's just been sat gifting roses.
Yeah, but that's probably, well, that's 1p, that's nothing. Probably like changed him up.
Like, literally, this is what I get off Chippy. I get jealousy, and I've always found it, and I've always fucking known it. I get jealousy. That's what I get, I think. Like, like I say, if my dad acted like that, listen, my dad's a bit of a fucking arsehole, yeah? I'm not just like, that's why I wind him up so much, because he's been a bit of an arsehole. It's like my payback, yeah? But if my dad ever fucking acted like that online
Look, Billy, you know, right? You know, if I can help somebody, you know me, Bill. If I can help somebody, I'll help them. If I've got it, they can have it.
Yeah, but listen, right? And I'm exactly the same. And I'm on that stance as long as they're fucking honest what they want it for. I don't care if you want it for like a fucking 10 bag. I don't care if you want it for food. But just tell me what you want it for and you can have it.
I don't even know what they. I don't even need to know what they want it for. But if they're like in that bad a position, and I can help, I'll help.
Yeah, but is Chippy in that bad a position?
Well, listen. Nobody really knows. You know.
Hey, Marley.
You can only take what he says. So if you listen to what he says, then yeah, he is in a bad position.
But no, he's not. Let's be real, right? I'm going to sit here and call it out, right? He's not in a bad position, is he? He's got a roof over his head. He's got food in his belly. He's got electricity and gas. He's not that hard up, hum. No one's that hard up. If they've got those few things, you're not that hard up at all. You're fine. You're fine. There's nothing wrong. You're fine. If you've got those things, you're absolutely fine. There is no reason. Listen, even if he wanted TikTok as his job, he could just say, listen, I want to sit on TikTok and make this a bit more of like a part-time thing. He could just do that and even do it that way, but no, he's fucking fake.
What I won't put up with is someone taking me for a Kent, because that's one thing I'm not.
Takeaways are fucking expensive, so on an average, I used to eat out every night. So, for example, one of the things I've done is cut that down by half. So, even cutting it down by half, that's still like a good 200 quid. It's still a good £200 at the end of that.
You see what I spent on shopping today, Billy?
Single person. Wants his cake and eat it, and that's literally it. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube, guys, when I got my link, can you subscribe, please? Because 63% of you that are watching are not subscribed. And if you don't have an account for it, one. But this is the thing, like, when he claims he's spending... Look, I know Domino's isn't cheap, so I know a standard pizza, a side, and a drink and a dessert at Domino's, probably about 40 quid, 30, 40 quid, right? So that's 40 quid there. Then you've got, like, the McDonald's, if you're having that delivered. That's going to be 25, 30 quid by the time you've done it. Yes, please. You know? Chippy.
Honestly, like...
To that Porsche woman, wherever you are, please request a box. So if you are in here, please request a box. I know you're here. Sorry, Morgan.
When he started on me, and like, obviously I gave as good as I got, you know what I mean? But the fact is that he went, because he's like, oh, but you're a drunk. It was a Friday night. I just finished a shift at work. Like, at least I get off my ass. I don't sit there. If you're going to sit there and ask for money, at least be open and honest. Just say it. Oh, look, I want money. Don't sit there and act like, oh yeah, I just come on here for money. I don't beg for any gifts.
But that's secretly what you're wanting.
Just be straight up.
Hey, Puggy.
Bonjour, everybody. Thanks for having me.
No, that's all right. You're all right.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of late to the party on this one, so I believe it's about Chippy, and yeah, I've got loads to tell you if you.
Oh, we'll go for it,
But
because
I don't know where you're up to.
Go ahead.
So basically, we've just done like a live. So we do like awarenesses and stuff like that. So today's version was Wrong and Roundup because it's Wednesday, where we had two people. So that was a bit different. So I was going through like the old, the woe me, the sympathy, the doting dad. I'm the single parent. How it's not all about money, but the app seems to have been everything about money. I mean, I believe he's got, like, things to hide, probably the reasons why he acts the way he does. Like, his petty little fucking tantrums, just drops of, like, 7-year-olds and shit like that. So, I did message you on I think it was on an old account, on your actual original account.
You did, love, but you know, at the time, I was up to my eyeballs with the police over these set of bastards, to be fair, so... And I
Right,
didn't
so
know who I
what
was
happened?
talking to. Do you get me?
Yeah. So
I
what
know I
actually
fobbed you
happened?
off a bit, but
No, it's all
that was
right.
then, this is now. Do you get
No, I
me?
don't apologise. So what actually went down?
Well, for one, Chippy is not, the person he portrays he is now. I don't know if you can go back years, but he was what it was, they were a drinking culture. Him, Emzyy, Banana Cones. I was sent a recording of the people that were in the troll gang, that was after me.
Right, okay.
And they were just a drinking culture. Kahuna, like, every one of them have stopped drinking now. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And they've realised the extent of the bullshit that fucking Chippy and Emzyy made them do, kind of things. Like, there was a woman on here, Jojo, they drove her to the point of no fucking return, that she did, something, how can I put it, what's the right word? Rife, sounds like rife.
Yeah.
To her neck.
Yeah,
and they're in fucking lives laughing about it. They had their minions reporting back. And I've gone in, because this Jojo, whatever with her, you never want to see a woman that distressed, you get me? It's fucking off the chart.
Yeah, that's not shit you want to see regardless of anyone, is it? Let's be honest. It's not a nice thing to see for nobody.
No, but that was their normal.
Right.
That was normal. This is what I'm trying to say. TikTok is not the same place it was 4 years ago. Like, everyone, I'm not saying people are snowflakes, but the racism was rife. The trolling was to the point of non-return for some people, and the likes of Winchester. People got into debt, but I'm telling you, Emzyy and Chippy, they're fucking bastards, and they've drove people, and me. I nearly did something stupid because of them shower of shit. But I realised my fucking son needs me. Do you get me?
Yes. This is the thing. If you're a parent or anything like that, like, they always need you. Do you know what I mean? And that's always the one thing to think of, isn't it?
But they fuck me, what didn't they do? Where do I start?
Well, I was going to say,
but bear in mind,
to the beginning,
they were heavy. She's a heavy
post.
vodka drinker, Emzyy, and it's like, think of it, she was the only kind of woman surrounded by fucking men. Kahuna, Banana, Chippy, Cars, he's no fucking better. They were all men. Do you get me? Can you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah,
wanting to be someone. There's been lives with her. Fucking hell, she's wanting to get it on with Chip. Anyone. She's a desperado who fucking shags her. Sorry, I've had a drink, me. I'm packing for a holiday. I'm setting off.
No, fuck it. Angel, at least you're having a holiday,
But she was a raging alcoholic, trying to impress all these fucking idiots. And they just got into like a gang that terrorised people, not just me. Like, fuck me, through the Xbox, messages, vile. But I didn't realise it. My son was getting them.
Yeah. Emzyy is in the chat, like, saying, wow, and I'm the alky.
Oh, fuck her. She knows what she did. Ask her about all the doxing she did. She made 9 videos about me. Gave all my name, my address, all my details. They thought terrorising people was funny because they're fucking shallow, narrow-minded, uneducated fucking wannabes on this app. At one bit, I was getting 25,000 in my lives, and she was a fucking mod for me. She was like a hanger-on. At the time, fucking Karma Kaz was going. She was a mod for him.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Matt. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
All this bullshit. But what they didn't do. But anyway, to be fair, there is police matters going on, but they are not one to trust at all, and they're not the people they fucking make out they are in here. All they've done is use people. They fucking jumped on Charlie Fairy after I fucked him off to get to fucking Emzyy, delusive Emzyy. Then they try to make out the nice people. They just can never fucking make it on their own. All they can do is sit and be curtain twitchers, and they've got nothing of no value except capitalise on the fucking misery of others. And now, years later, they're making out that they're all this. They're full of fucking shit. Let me tell you that. Sorry, I'm Saying it
No.
how it is.
No, don't apologise, right, Millsy.
I'm all right, Billy. Yeah, I just want to know if she's got even one receipt of anything that she's just said there. One receipt.
Shut up, stupid. It's with the police.
Fuck off,
Do you think I'll be fucking talking to you? Millsy, don't even go
You're
there.
sitting
You
here
know what you've
calling
done?
me. You're sitting here calling me an
You fucking
alcoholic, and you're
pisshead.
sitting on here
Go on,
pissed
yeah.
yourself.
We've got the
I'm not
videos,
pissed.
darling.
I'm not pissed.
No, but you were fucking 4 year ago for however long.
No, I
with
wasn't.
Banana and Kahuna when you terrorised Jojo
Right,
when she fucking nearly unalived on live and you fucking laughed about it. Fuck off. You fucking lying
Right, no, wait.
Scottish piece of shit.
Right, this
Go
is
on,
the
fuck
person.
off and lie somewhere else.
This is the person you're
Oh,
dealing with here,
Millsy,
Billy.
save
Billy,
your bullshit for someone who
Hold on.
gives a shit.
Billy,
Hold on, Peggy. Let
All you've
Millsy have a
done
reply.
is fucking
Billy.
hop from one
Yeah.
creator to the other, to the fucking other, to try and get fucking relevant. You fucking use people, abuse people, dox their fucking addresses, and fucking terrorise them.
Let
You're a
Millsy
fucking
just
lying
quickly-
Scottish vodka swilling
Let,
skank. And you're trying to get your
Millsy
fucking leg
reply.
over any
1
fucking
second, Peggy.
dog
Peggy,
with a
sorry.
heartbeat that'll fucking have you. You're a desperate fucking woman.
Peggy, just let quick Millsy reply to you quickly. Sorry,
Right,
Millsy.
my
go.
reply is Max, Billy, Morgan. You've known me for about a year or more than a year. Do I come
I've
on
known
here all the time, pissed out my head? Do I come on here and be rude to people?
I
Do
can't
I?
say I've seen you.
Have you ever seen me do that?
I can't say I've seen you pissed.
Thank you
in it.
very much.
I know you guys have seen me pissed, but I can't say I've seen you pissed personally.
Do I ever
But-
come on and dox people's addresses? Has she pulled up one receipt? This is someone who's been pissed since I've known her from day one. She drinks all the time. She comes out with bullshit and lies because she doesn't have anything to prove anything that she's saying because it's never happened. It's all in her head. I'm not drunk.
So did she end up taking it to the police? Because she said there's a police.
Do you know what she said as well? She said that somebody from the bank called her, and because they were Scottish, then it was me. First of all, how do I know her phone number? How do I know what bank she's in? How do I know her account numbers and her names? She's just absolutely talking bollocks with not one receipt. Ask her to pull up one receipt that it was me. One receipt.
So was you all in a group together then? Is this
We
how
were
you
all
meet
just in a
together?
friendship group the same way we are with Crayons and Max and everybody else. There was nothing going on. I'm not Chippy. I'm a single person. I'm not Kahuna. I'm not any of these people. Whatever they've done, if they've done anything, has been off their own back. Nothing to do with me. Pull up a receipt, even just one receipt, and prove that I've done anything. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink to extent. I have the odd drink at the weekend. Anybody on here that's known me all this time will know I ain't a clout chaser. I've been on here for 5 years and I've only got a 15k account. If I was a clout chaser, I would have way more than that. That's took me 5 years to build up.
So what does she mean when she says I was no friends with her, she was stuck to their men? So does she mean by like Kaz and Chippy and all that? Is that what she's replying to?
Because I was in a group with people. There's still Stacey, who's in Lisa B's live. You know Stacey? There was other women there as well. We were all just friends in a group. And because she tried to come in at some point and try and fit in, and she didn't fit into the group, then who was the one that she went for? Because I was in a group. Me. She's got nothing to back up nothing. She's just full of shit and an alcoholic. That's all she is.
Oh, so it's been quite beef, a lot of beef.
No, Billy, I blocked her about 2 years ago and I haven't seen her since or spoke to her since. She just keeps popping up randomly whenever somebody's name gets mentioned and puts in her 5 pence piece with no fucking evidence or nothing. She's just full of shit.
Right, so it's a bit of a messy situation between you then.
Misha as well. Misha, I've known Misha all this time. Never done a thing, never done anything to anybody on this app.
She says you and Chippy are full of it.
People think me and Chippy are bound together. I've went through times where I don't speak to Chippy for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. We're not on the phone every day to each other. It's not what people seem to think.
Yeah.
Hi, Billy.
Yeah. Hello, Lisa.
I just want to say, because I've been watching.
Oh, Lisa, you're very quiet. Have you got your finger over the
I
mic?
just want Porsche Girl to bring up one receipt that's anything to do with me. One.
Have you got your finger over the mic, Lisa?
That's all I'm going to say, Billy. I'm going to drop out. That's all, okay? Speak to you
All right,
soon.
Milty. No
Bye,
worries,
everyone.
sweet.
Bye.
That's a little bit better, Lisa.
I've watched Chippy, Emzyy, and all them guys. Can you hear me better now, Billy?
I don't know if you've got have you got earphones in or something?
Yeah, hang on. I'll take
That'll be why. If they're earpods, they're awful for talking through for anyone.
Right.
That's better.
Mm.
Can hear
I
you
thought the
now.
world could hear my loud mouth.
No, not if you got the earpods on, they're crap. Every person I speak on the phone, I'm like, you got earpods on? They go, yeah, take them out.
No, they want earpods either. I don't do earpods. But Billy, love, I swear to God, I've listened to these people for 2 years. They was all a great bunch of friends. They
What, with
was
you?
all in the thick together, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say more than 2 years. Like, because they was back in the Calm Kaz days. They knew him. They palled with him.
The Carl Pilkington days.
Yeah, like, and then they didn't like him, and then they all got together and they thought, oh, we're all going to get famous off ourselves now. We're all going to try and cause shit. And it's not worked out for any of them. That's why none of them are friends anymore. And to me, it's sad and it's silly because nobody's great friends on Facebook or like any of this, social medias.
Lisa, sorry, I disagree with you there because I met Billy on social media and Billy's actually sitting in my
I think what she means is like without meeting them is what she's saying.
No, but I know you are because I see you like being with Billy on holidays and everything, but nobody else you see like that. Do you?
This is what I'm saying.
You
a lot
was
of
in that
people
group
generally
like
haven't met, have they? A lot of them think they're friends without even meeting. That's the issue with this happening.
Yeah, I was. And Lisa, to be fair, I still talk to a lot of people in that group. However, when I'm violated like 3 times that I don't even let my own family get away with, it's enough for me.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I get that. 100% understand that. But don't you get what I mean? The bones of it is
like the originals, I suppose.
You ain't mates. People are going to go off and be shady in other corners.
All right, so babe, thank you.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. Someone's ringing.
Not disrespecting your and Max's friendship. I know that's a genuine friendship. I've seen you on holidays and everything.
And they're like besties.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like behind the scenes when someone's saying, I don't like that person, you're never to speak to that person again.
Yeah.
Like Chippy does. Chippy's like, I don't like that person, let's speak to that person. Stick up for me when that person's mean about me. Chippy's a weirdo. He's a grown-ass man, he's a weirdo.
Well, he is 60 years old.
Well, he should know better, shouldn't he? I've got children that know better than him.
Yeah, I'm good.
He needs to sort his child out because I think how he's raising that one needs to be sorted. How are you raising a teenager in that respect? I'm sorry, but I've watched it and I thought terrible.
Well, only Chippy can essentially answer that one. Listen, I can't answer that for Chippy. Only Chippy can answer that. I mean, like I say, I'd have my own questions anyway, but I don't disregard. I don't believe Chippy's a bad parent, by the way, before anyone says anything. I don't think he's a bad parent. The child's very well looked after. However, when it probably comes to principles and morality,
yeah, but Billy,
it's a little bit different.
But Billy, though, I had my first child at 18 years of age. She's like going to be 32 this year. When she was a teenager, she was a little madam, right?
Yeah.
So I put up with her, like, I don't feel well, I'm not going to school today. Like, he does visit. Oh, he's got a cough. Oh, he can't go to school with a cough. Nah, man. Like, come on. I was raised that you had to be on, like, life support before you got a day off. You know what I mean? I'm that old that
I had to be on life support for God's sake. So I raised my kids the same. You had to be like seriously ill. I'm not. I don't fucking around. I've got grandbabies. I'm not fucking around with them either.
That's for sure.
Come on, I'm not dicking about with children. Just like
I do listen. I totally kind of.
We know what we were like. We know what they are like. They think they made it up. No, we were stupider than them.
So, are you to do with like Puggy and all that?
I'm nothing to do with anyone.
No, you're so you're just like someone who watches. Yeah, you're just.
I'm just a literal